Hey guys, happy Sunday to everybody. I wanted to pop in and Lucy Grace wanted to say hello, of course, to all of her aunties out there. But I wanted to make a video. I wanted to elaborate from yesterday's video a little bit more about the dreaded regretful sale. I know we've all experienced it, but I wanted to talk about what do you do when you have sold on a doll and you completely regret it, you are heartbroken, and even months and months pass and it doesn't change the way you feel about the situation. What do you do? I know that majority of my friends, collector friends, dolly friends, whatever you want to call you guys out there, you're all my friends, I feel. My people. I know that majority of us have experienced this at one time or another, or many times during your time of collecting. And for me, I handle it a certain way, and I'm just curious if there's anybody else out there that does the same thing, or I'd love to hear thoughts on what it is you do to deal with the heartbreak of selling on a doll that you regret selling. So little Miss Lucy Grace, she's still laying here on her changing table from yesterday because I'm a bad mom. She's still in her little Gymboree sleeper. I love this sleeper set, guys. It is one of my absolute favorites. I love the color, and I love the little kitties and little cat toys and things all over it. I just think it's adorable. And it fits her like a glove, so it's super, super cute. So she's staying in that. But here's the thing. I parted with this baby. You guys have all probably heard the story, so you'll probably be like, yada, 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 we've heard this before. But for those that may not have heard this story, Lucy has come to me. This is the second time I've had her. She's a very special doll. There's only one of her. There's another boy out there of soft silicone, but she and her little brother, which Gail Grady has, they're two very, very special dolls because they're the only two created in super soft silicone out of this edition. They're not created at the time of the original edition. They were created some years later. And so when you have literally two out there floating around in the world, the likelihood of being able to get one back if you sell it is pretty gosh darn rare. And at the time when I sold her, she was the only one out there. So I knew, Claire made the boy probably right around the time I sold her on, actually, based on the certificate of authenticity that I saw when he was created. But the point is, why I bring this up, is that when I let her go, literally the moment I boxed her up and sent her out, I knew it was a mistake. I knew I would miss her. I knew that I would regret it, but at the time I was not in a good mental space with the hobby, with just how, people in the doll community were acting and just weird things were going on at the time. I just wasn't happy, and my instinct was to dump what I have and just not be in the doll world for a little while, which was really stupid and very hasty in my part. Because it's something that we know passes, even when we have a bad experience. We may feel disheartened by the community, but the majority of us don't leave permanently. It's rare when a collector leaves permanently, especially if you're a hardcore doll collector, such as me. I have collected dolls my whole life, so I know that it's in me to always have dolls in my life. So selling on because of a situation just doesn't make any sense, and it's very dumb of me that I did that. But literally, I had beautiful dolls that I brought into my nursery after this baby left. And she's not the first one that I've regretted selling. Trust me, she's not the first doll that I've regretted letting go. But she's the one that stuck with me and that I missed the most out of all my dolls that I let go. And months would go by. I had beautiful other dolls in my collection, but I wasn't satisfied. And if you go back and watch my videos during the time after she left my nursery, you'll see literally a revolving door of dolls, beautiful dolls that came and went, came and went, came and went, and came and went. I'm not even kidding. There were so many dolls that came in and out of this nursery. People were making comments about the fact that I don't keep a doll for longer than 5 seconds. My prerogative either way, but it is very noticeable when I'm not happy with the collection that I have because I don't keep anything for very long when it's the case. So when you run into that where you've let go of a doll, let me tell you, one, when I sold her on, I was smart and I told the buyer, if you decide to sell her, please let me know so that I can have first refusal. So that's kind of a stipulation when I'm kind of on the fence whether I really want to part with the doll or not, or if I really need the money and I just didn't want to part with the doll, but it just needed to, based on situations and circumstances, I will ask the buyer for first refusal if they sell the doll on in the future. And I've never had someone tell me no. So luckily for me, this baby did get sold on to an additional person, but it was a friend of mine who I knew that had her. And she knew that I would want her back if I could have the opportunity. So when this doll left her third mommy, because I was the first, I sold her on to another mommy, and then that mommy sold her on to a third mommy. The third mommy contacted me to let me know she was parting with her, and I was able to bring this doll home again. That is one direct way that I can tell you is the quickest, easiest way to try to keep track of the doll when you sell it on, and also make it known that you may want to bring the doll back and you want the right in order to do that, and that has that's a stipulation of the sale. That helps, and that's been my way to bring back a lot of the dolls, because people reach out like, how do you always get the same dolls back, or how have you been able to? That is how I've been able to. So that's word of advice out there. If you are forced to part with a doll that you just really don't want to let go, and maybe in the future you'll have the funds for again, put that in the agreement when you sell the doll on. There's times where people have contacted me and I wasn't able to. It's all about timing of money and funds. So, when the person I sold Lucy to originally let me know she was selling her, I wasn't able to bring her home. It's just how it is. And that happens with a lot of dolls that I have said, please let me know. If the timing isn't right, I'll let them know that I just can't afford to do it. But if the timing's right and I really want the doll back, at least I have the opportunity. So that's how I deal with it. I'm curious to know how all of you guys out there deal with it. The majority of the time when I sell a doll on, though, I won't lie, I'm fine with selling them on. It's not always that I'm going to be like, oh, I sold this doll and I miss it. No, most of the time I'm fine with it. There's just those special few that you either parted with to bring another doll home, and then you received a new doll and you're like, why did I sell the old one? The old one was better. That's happened a lot to me. But I still liked the doll that I received. So, I've even received nice Romy Striatum dolls, beautiful, gorgeous Romy Striatum dolls, and people are like, why did you part with that doll? The doll wasn't for me. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be, or just wasn't something about it didn't click with me. A big part of Romy Striatum babies, why I haven't kept them in the past, is their size, because they're very, very heavy. And I've become the type of collector that really likes to hold and cuddle my dolls. So having that extreme heavy 11, 12-pound doll, it's just not a comfortable holding type of doll for me. So that's become a huge factor when I'm collecting or bringing home a doll, which is why I like a newborn size. That's why I like her size, because she really isn't super heavy, but she's super, super cuddly. But yeah, that's a factor. There's always something about a doll that we may or may not like or enjoy 100%, and that's why we sell them on. Because if you're going to invest in a Romy Striatum baby, you better love every tiny crease, crevice, crack, everything about the doll to have that amount of money invested in the doll. That's all I can say. Because it's a lot of money sitting there if you don't love the doll. But honestly, guys, I'm really curious to know what you guys do in that sense of when you've had to sell a doll and you regret it completely. What do you do? Do you guys do the same thing? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, because I know as collectors we all have probably been in the same boat. And I don't know, I'm curious. And now I've got this itch, you guys. I've got this itch. I want to have a new doll. I want to bring home a new doll, other than that reborn that I'm waiting on. The reborn is, I don't even know if she's even started working on her. I haven't heard from her since she's been paid in full and, we agreed to all the terms or anything. But I know that eventually she'll start working on her and then she will be home. It's just a matter of time. But the itch is for another silicone doll. And there's one particular one I mentioned yesterday that I really, really, really want. And I will tell you guys as a clue, she's been in my collection before. And I'm trying to figure out how the heck can I bring this baby doll home that I really, really, really want. And I've had previously without parting with this baby. So I'm trying to work it out. I'm trying to work it out so that I can do that. And that's all I'm going to tell you guys, because it may not happen. I have no idea at this time. I'm trying to figure things out currently. But gosh, I would be so excited if I could do it. It would be awesome. And with all the many dolls I've had in my past, it would make you guys wonder what doll it would be. But interesting discussion, though, to me. I think that more and more I see people bringing home different kits that they've had previously that they've missed. I've heard people talking about, you know, the Regretful Sale. So this is just an interesting topic. I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on it. What do you do to combat it? And FYI, I go back and rewatch my videos of dolls that I miss all the time. So thank goodness we have YouTube in which to go back and reminisce about the dolls that we miss and maybe hastily or had to let go of. That's a lifesaver for me. And I even do it on other people's channels. When people part with dolls that I really, really loved, I'll go back and watch their old videos. Do you guys do that? Do you guys ever go back and watch people's older videos or your own videos of the dolls that you miss? Because that, I think, is also helpful. It kind of makes you feel like, oh, that's what it was like when I had that doll. It's just very interesting. I'm curious to know how people handle that sad, miss the doll feeling. I don't know. So that's kind of the discussion, guys. I find it interesting because I think it's something we all experience, so that's why I love to hear feedback. So if you guys want to make videos out there, please go ahead and do so. Just make a, you know, comment below that you are making a video so I can come find your video because I'd love to watch them. But yeah, that's kind of my take on it. There's Miss Lucy Grace. I love this baby, you guys. That's one thing I know. I will not be parting with this baby. I don't care how badly I want to bring another doll home. At this point, I know that this baby is meant to be here with me. I just love her so much. I come in here and she just brings me so much joy, I'm telling you. And I'm very fortunate to have her even today. Every day I think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was able to bring this baby home twice. So I know I'm very lucky, and I will not waste the fact that I, you know, was very lucky to have this baby. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. I'm chilling out, doing my chores, spending some time in the nursery with little Miss Lucy here and enjoying every second of it. And yeah, just getting ready to go back to work tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And Lucy and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.